Hello. Today I want us to look into something serious, and it's been a topic that I've been discussing on it, and I just want to recap it. It's on my first messages that I have, the 24 breathing prayers that allows you to overcome stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, unbelief, and also your current situation when it seems there is no way. But whenever it seems there is no way, God will make a way for you. That I want to let you know. So I came tonight to encourage you. I came tonight to lift your spirit up. I came tonight to bring you hope, because I've been talking about the topic of knowing who you are. When you know who you are, you will find your voice. And then when you find your voice, you will be able to celebrate you. And this is the topic that I have been addressing. So I'm moving on to knowing, having your voice. Whenever you go through a storm in life, the design of the storm in life that throw at you in any circumstance or in any day or any time in your life is designed for two purposes. It's designed to make you or break you. It is designed to destroy you or make you. It's designed to give you wisdom or not at all. So it's a lesson. It's a life teaching mechanisms that every one of us have to learn to use it effectively. But you have to learn, you have to learn to know who you are and what you are made of in order to be able to overcome the storms of life. So I was sharing a testimony earlier on about my life in some of my tips, the life storms that I have gone through, and why I have come to find my voice in the midst of all those trials. And now I'm stepping out, like I shared in my video on be the master of your life. It's a testimony that I've never shared in any way in my life since 2003-4 that I walked through that life storm. I'm a person, I internalize a lot of stuff. I don't talk about my life stories. It's not something that is put it in the platter and sell it. Even though there is a say that wells tell but stories sell. I felt uncomfortable to talk about my life as a story to people when I'm not healed. eternally. So when I go through a life episode, I want to be totally healed. That when I'm sharing it, I'm not dishing out pain. Because when you are telling your life experience, many a times you are releasing two spirits. You are either releasing spirit of forgiveness or you are releasing a spirit of bitterness. And I don't want to release spirit of bitterness that will contaminate the hearers. Because when the hearer hears what you say, and if the person is have experience in any of the dynamics of your story, it stirs up pain and it brings remembrance, and it doesn't produce the energy that I'm trying to release. So I don't want to share my life story when I'm still dealing with the pain and the stuff in my heart. I want to be able to share it when the story become a healing balm of Gilead to the hearer. So the person will find a way that that will heal that person. So I want to be a bridge bearer, to build a bridge for the person I'm ministering to be able to walk over it to the other side that he needed to go. And so I kept all my life stories away from public. But now I can share, because now I find my voice. Now I understand why I have gone through all those life stories in life. These are all segments of my life, chapters of my life. In my life book, there is chapters. Now I understand the chapters that is in my book of life. And I have now come to the point where I have a voice. Now I can speak it out, not in a spirit of bitterness, resentment, and hatred, but I can speak it out as a healing balm of Gilead, a healing energy that will heal other people and bring solution to their life. And that is what makes me very happy. It really, really makes me very happy, because I couldn't earlier on, even though I knew who I am, even though I understood what was going on, but I couldn't have my voice because I don't have the confidence. And it took me a while to get healed. And like I said earlier on, I have principles that I follow. I do not want to give anything out there that is not going to bless somebody or heal somebody. I don't want to do that. What I want to do, that when God gave me a word to give, I want it to be a healing. I want it to be deliverance. I want it to bring breakthrough. I want the words to become aha moment for anyone that hears it. I want it to turn off the lights up there, or ignite fire in the heart of the person. So I have things, when the Lord give me something, I want to speak based upon these principles, and not just stir up pain and agony and sadness and setback and all that in the heart. I have enough of setback. I don't want to contribute towards somebody else's setback. So I kind of hold down most of my life stories until now that I have, defectively knowing that I have my voice. I have my voice now. I am so sure. Now I know when I share my life stories, life events, is coming from a reserve, a repertoire that is very, very clean and healing. It's a healing words that is coming out of me. That everything that need to be healed is healed. So I can now speak. And I thank God that now I have my voice. I have my voice because whatever anyone going through, either fear, lack of confidence, lack of trust, rejection, abuse, condemnation, embarrassment, harassment, stigmatization, institutional wickedness. I have gone through it all. And then, so if it come, emotional wreck, yes I am. So these are areas where a lot of people are battling with today, especially in our days, in these days that we are in it. And all these things I've gone through all these years of my life. So now I say, wow, now I know what people are experiencing. Now I understand. Now I can talk about it. Now I can share my life experience with people. And whosoever is willing to listen, I have a message for you. And my message is, there is hope for you. This one also shall pass. This your trial, this your moment, it shall pass. It's not here to kill you or destroy you, but it's here to make you, if only you can plug yourself into the right source. So finding your voice is the key. Because when life asks you, you know what purpose of life has for you, and you search to find yourself, and you discover who you are. Your discovery gives you the boldness, and it gives you the confidence. And give you the solitude to be able to do what you want to do. Now you can speak boldly. Now you can speak with confidence. Now you can speak with experience. And now you qualify to talk about the issues of life. So I have gone through, and I'm now qualified. So now I have my voice, and I want to share. Now when you have a voice to speak about issues that you yourself has experienced in life, it has a volume. It has a volume, and it has value as well. And it becomes profound for the hearers and the doers. So now you become a mentor. You become a coach, life coach. Your life becomes meaningful and purposeful for the people who hears you. So now I find my voice, and then I'm now celebrating my life for the first time. I'm finding every room and every corner to celebrate my life, because I need to. And I hope you celebrate with me today. Now, in my celebration mode, what I'm doing now is live my dream. What is your dream? What are you dreaming to have? What do you What are you dreaming to be? After you've gone through all this, after you have all this knowledge and experience, an opportunity to step into the stage for the performance of a lifetime, what is the dream do you have? Do you have a dream at all? And what is your dream? How's the scope of your dream? Is it a modern dream, or a bigger dream, or a small dream? At this point, you need to dream big, because the things you've gone through, as heavy as it is equal the blessings if you can dream big. Double for your trouble. So dream big. Allow yourself to dream big. There is nothing that is impossible for God to do. To you, in your mind, in your little mind, it may seem it's not possible, but with God, all things are possible. He owns the whole universe. You don't even know 1% of it. He owns it. So if he owns that, what is it that you want to do on this planet Earth here that is too big for God not to be able to sanction it? I love my scripture that I have been using for this program is, let me get it for. And it's in it's in Proverbs 3:16? Proverbs 3:16, is that right? Oh, 16:3. I think Proverbs 16:3. If I don't find it here, 3:16. No, it's actually 16:3. Proverbs 16:3 says something unique, and I love it. See, he said in the word in Proverbs 3:16. Proverbs 16:3 said, "Roll your works upon the Lord." In King James Version said, "Give your works to the hands of God." He said, "Commit and trust them wholly to him. He will cause your thoughts to become agreeable to his will, and so shall your plans be established and succeed." When you commit your ways to the hands of God, he causes his will to line up with what you're doing. So there is nothing you can dream about that God cannot line up his will with it. That's the point. Just put the plan together, and God will put his will line up with your plan and help you to execute it. And I am so proud to tell you today that allow yourself. It is not God who is not allowing you to dream big. It is you who don't allow yourself to dream big because you are afraid of what people are going to say. My dear, right now, I don't care what anybody say about me. If I have my private jet to fly to anywhere I'm going to do the work of God, I don't care what anybody will say. If I have my mansion and I'm living in it to the fullness of what God has called me to do. If I'm riding any car, if I'm eating any food, as long as I'm not eating a food that will kill me early, but I can maintain my diet and have a place where I can relax and have the quietness time with my Maker and live a better life than what I'm living now, I don't mind it at all. Because being poor is a hard thing to have in life. And I bet you that living a luxury life could be the best you don't want to miss. And the things you want to do to help mankind, if God permits you to live longer, leave a legacy, let your life affect the world God brought you to do a field training. We were put on here to learn how to maintain and do things. So your training ground leave an impact, leave an imprint, a footprint that people can see that you came and live on earth here. Take no for answer. Do not allow anybody to tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that, you are this or this. Either judge you by your gender or your educational background or your standard, or you don't speak good English or whatever. Let those critics keep on criticizing. That's why they are what they are. I have some group members in my group, and when they came into the group, they have a little bit language challenge. So they asked me to speak to them, and I was joking with them, and I said, tell me what you want me to speak so you can understand me. And they told me, can you speak broken? I said, I do. Let's see. I said, I'm going to break the English to the point that when I'm done, could you just please call me 911? So I will be taken to emergency right now because I have done a damage to the English language. You just have to see how everybody fall out, laughing so bad. And they said, wow, you're so funny. I said, yep. If you break something, you either fix it, or if you can't fix it, you find somebody who can fix it. So if I'm going to break the English language down to that level, I need to call 911 to fix the English language. And then, So here is what I'm saying. You can do anything to communicate with people. Communication is the key. Let nobody tell you you cannot do it. Do it whether you can or you cannot. I hear sometimes somebody was saying, fake it until you make it. There is nothing in the world today that has not existed before. Everything, we are just recycling everything. Because the earth has been existing for years. So whatever it is, we are just recycling. You take somebody's idea, you polish it, you add a little bit to it, you find a revelation and you mold it. It becomes something new and you keep going. That's what we're doing. Things have been made before. People are getting more ideas to make it work smarter than before. So inventions are going on 24/7. People are putting patterns down for different inventors, saying something that exists. Somebody will look at it and say, if I can change this in and making it something else, what wouldn't be better? Make a little bit life easy. He come up with the idea, he goes ahead and manufacture it. Another way of solving another problem. So, do not allow anyone to tell you no. Take no for answer. Whatever God is laying in your hands to do, do it. and do it with integrity. Serve your soul. Allow yourself to serve yourself. The alternative power is when your personality comes to serve the soul. The personality that God has given to you, when you rise up to the level and that personality take the momentum of power to serve your soul and the souls of the rest. In other words, it moves you into servanthood attitude. You become a servant and you serve people with integrity. I have a word that he said, integrity is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. When you allow your soul to rise up, your personality comes, the power of your personality rise up within you and begin to serve your soul. It begin to serve you and serve the people God has called you to serve with the spirit of integrity. Integrity become the center of your performance. That means you choose your thoughts and actions very carefully, because thoughts and actions combined, and if you put values, what is the values of what you are giving out? If the contents of your message has value, then you are impacting people's life. Choose value to present to people. Bring value to people's life, not personal gain. Value people's life. Value people's life, their existing life. What happened to them? Let it be the uttermost part in your thought and action. Let it base upon values, not personal gains. Don't use people to gain stuff when you don't value their lives. No. Let people feel that you care for them. Don't pretend. Don't play hypocrites. Don't try to manipulate people. Don't manipulate people in all your gettings. When you are moving in your dream to achieve your goals, do not walk over people. Do not use people to gain your personal gains. Do not cheat people. Do not squander people. Do not scam people. Do not manipulate people to get what you want. But deal with people with integrity. Deal with people with integrity and respect and moral. Raise your moral standard. Have a principles that you live by. Live by example. Lead by example. Show them that you would do it 100 times before you ask them to do one time. Be there. Show up. Be persistent. Be constant. Commit and dedicate yourself to that which you promise you're going to do. Do it with the spirit of excellence and with spirit of integrity. And people will follow you. People will like to sit down and listen to what you say or you do. And when you set up your goals, whether personal goals or corporational goals or group goals, whatever goals that you set, determine to stick to that goal and put a action plans with it, and make sure you perform, you work hard on it and implement it and accomplish it. That is what you've been called to do as a leader that brings transformation and not transgression. You are called to be a leader that brings transformation into the life of people, not transgression. Don't ever be a leader of transgression. Be a leader of transformation. And that is what I want to talk about. Live the dream. Don't be afraid living the dream. Walk in your purpose. Be the one that brings the change. Walk in your purpose. In Isaiah 29 verse 11, he said, I have a plan for you. A plan to prosper you. And let me read it so that maybe those of you who don't have a Bible, you can have it, because I have my little Amplified Bible here that I want to preach. I think this one teaching is going to be like I'm preaching, but that's okay. It's like I'm teaching. I just decided to put my Bible close to me. Jeremiah 29. Let's see where it is. So I can just read it. Normally I don't put Bibles around here. I put this thing under here. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. I just want to read it. Where is it? Here we go, verse 11. It says, for I know the thoughts. You know, we define integrity, which says your thoughts and actions should be based on values, not personal gain. And here is what God is talking to you about. He said, for I know your thoughts and plans that I have for you. That's what your God has for you, says the Lord. Thoughts and plans for welfare and peace, and not for evil, to give you hope in your final outcome. This is what God has put in place for you. So walk in that purpose, walk in that purpose, that plan, walk